Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
We are back kat Kitchen KakAlin. Tapi kat Kitchen KakAlin hari ni we are coming live to you from my office sebab I baru habis kerja.
I was gonna
I
ask.
just noticed.
Tak, ini kan kitchen kan lain kan. Tak macam kitchen yang kat rumah lah. Ni
I thought it
consider
was
pun
the,
macam you
I
thought
the
it was the
background. You know,
Oh,
the virtual background.
Oh,
you
virtual
dekat-
background.
So you kat kerja punya kitchen lah, kat pantry
Okay, kalau kat pantry lagi best tapi tak wired. Jadi takut nanti tak boleh buat the show. So that's why I do it in the office. So hari ni pun very very apt lah that you know sedapnya El ni makan. El ni sedap. El ni makan apa? Pizza. Corn beef dengan roti. Macam murtabak.
Then you letak garlic spread on the bread.
Ui, sedapnya.
You air fry for 5 minutes. Sorry, kita lapar. Kita baru balik.
It's okay. Ya lapar. I pun lapar tapi tak apa. Nanti lepas show boleh pergi supper. Molly hari ni makan apa?
Molly hari ni semalam Molly bake brownie. Lepas tu Molly makan dengan
apa tu?
Mango.
Brownie dengan mango. Wow, what a combination.
Dia macam tangy chocolate.
Tangy chocolate.
Dia sekarang tengah high sugar.
Oh, dia sugar high macam gitu. Cuba renggokkan lagi sugar high-nya tu. Ewa. Bibir, yes. Aku tengok macam cacing kerawit pun ada. Dia punya sugar high. Habis Siti K makan apa? Siti K makan apa?
Kita semalam dapat 1 box of pretzel. Jadi hari ni kita makan pretzel yang kita dapat bilin-bilin dia.
Daripada mana tu? Endorse lah sikit.
Nama dia nanti saya
Okay, nanti you check it out ya. Okay, nanti kita kasih tahu nanti. Okay, so there you go. Hari ni kita punya topik ialah how do superwomen manage their time? Because akak ni kan dikelilingi oleh superwomen. Ada Elni, ada Molly, ada Siti K. Diorang ni semua superwomen tau. Diorang semua multitaskers, hyphenated lah. Macam Molly, dia housewife, come student, come entrepreneur, come theatre activist, come community artist. So dia macam hyphen dia banyak gitu. Same goes with Elni kan. Elni dia educator, backstage professional, mak kepada anak-anak yang ramai. So there you go. All these hyphenates kan. Macam Siti K, I really don't consider her as just an actress. I think she's more than that. She does so many things. She's hyphenated in terms of dancer, singer, everything all in one. So there you go. So being superwoman maknanya you must have to be able to handle things kan. How do you manage your time? So now first kita jangan cakap pasal how you manage first. Now let's just say lah, when you were younger, do you foresee this was the life that you were going to do? I don't think so, right? But now, as you are in it, what were the things yang you tak pernah expect but you are doing it now? What are the things like you play so many different roles. You have to do so many different things at one time. Do you ever foresee yourself doing those things when you were younger?
No.
Let's go with Molly first. Molly, how was life when you were younger?
Wow.
lebih chill ke atau macam mana?
No. It was. I felt that since I think when I started theatre, right, life is really like moving very fast. Because since day one when we were since I think day one I was doing theatre, I'm not just an actress. I'm a costume person. I also help to produce. I help to write script. And all that. So it has always been like, I'm always multitasking.
Macam rewang lah. Rewang ke
Yes.
dulu I tahu teater rewang kan. There were a lot of
Yes,
all these
correct.
rewang things that you have to do. So
Yes.
engkau lah kena, you know, you have to sweep the stage. After that
Yes.
put the costumes aside. Then lepas tu label the props. Yes, Kak Neo Swilin, betul. They are
Yes,
all so
correct.
cute. They are
We
all
love
eating while doing this show. Okay. So
Hungry lah,
yeah,
Kak.
so when you were doing all that, you felt it lah that you were doing a lot of things at one time.
Yeah.
So Molly, you were not one of those actresses yang datang rehearsal and then after that tukar baju untuk rehearse and then after that buat warm ups,
No,
you know, ambil script and then learn your lines. Oh no, you were not, yeah?
No, I'm not. I don't have that luxury at that point of time. I remember that when I come, because I'm also the makeup artist, right? So it's like, I'm like, I'm always, but, my brain was better at memorizing script. Right now, if in one production, it was proven last year, I'm given 2 lines. Because I was busy, like, this costume, it's like, I'm always distracted by the costume that I produce, and I gave it to the actors. Then I was looking, I was so distracted by the costume, by the makeup or whatever. So I'm like, I'm not even thinking about my life. I'm not even listening to the actors. As you grow older, you realize that, no, I cannot do that anymore, and I won't be doing that anymore. That's like, okay, I think I have done my part when I'm younger. I admit defeat now.
Okay. Let's go with Siti.
2 lines.
Yeah, 2 lines I remember. One of the lines is Ananda.
Apa show agaknya I wonder.
Okay, now let's go with Siti K. When you were starting out, did you have that luxury of just, or do you also go through that whole scheme of training lah? I think where you are taught different things, you are taught to do all the different things that you need to know in theatre. Do you go through that?
Yes, definitely. But when I first started out, like for example in this industry, for example, I never thought that I would end up being a full-time actor. I know I was intrigued by theatre. I know I wanted to do theatre, but what is it about theatre that I really am gonna go towards lah? Because at that point of time, I was really just exploring everything. I was a crew, I was a wardrobe mistress, I was
Yes,
a
correct.
cyclist, I did front of house. I was an AEP administrator for 1 year, so and acting at the same time. But there was never a time throughout those first few years where I was basically juggling 2 roles at the same time. So unlike Molly, like for example, if I'm in a show and acting, I only focus on acting, for example. So like for example, to answer your first question that you asked, Molly, I do have the luxury of time as an actor, for example, the first few years. Like for example, datang pakai dress, lepas tu tukar pakai fisherman pants dan t-shirt and then focus just on acting. So kalau kru je, wardrobe mistress je. Yeah,
I think actually by the time we go into era Siti K less and less will we doing those things, because if you look at our 3 generations lah, that's my generation, because I'm much older than even Elnie and Molly. Elnie and Molly come from the same generation. They are like the same batch, cuma satu that time started out kat theatre artistic, another one started out kat theatre kami, and then we have Siti K, who is the youngest amongst us kan. So she, in that sense, I guess because of what we had done, she had that kind of apa tu orang kata that ability to just concentrate. Kalau tidak, theatre ni kan sebenarnya kerja rewang tau. So anybody and everybody can do anything. Kalau tidak, takkanlah Kak Jun kau yang buat set, kadang-kadang kena buat sound. Dia pernah satu kali dululah kan, waktu kita when we were doing sound, we still had used cassette tapes, you see. There was once, right, we were at substation, the cassette tape she kept in one whole box lah. That whole entire box with the cassette tape semua masuk ke dalam baldi mop. So can you imagine, it was all wet, and then we were going to have the show, or we were rehearsing for that show lah, actually something like a full dress already. That time dah kat substation, that means kita dah bump in lah, and that whole thing happened. Can you imagine?
Wow.
So at least
So dia tak cuma kena buat suami festiri, diri kata salah dia.
wow. Wow, if only Kajun is listening in today, if she is, that will be quite funny. But because, so what we did was we had to, again, dulu we didn't have, yes, cassette tapes, true. Last time, we didn't have the ability to just copy. Kalau MP3, you just copy and then maybe you burn it into CD or where. Nowadays people also dah tak pakai CD, right? Then you can just put it onto a file and then cloud and then just retrieve. Now that time, no, it was cassette tape. So we had to re-tape all the soundtrack again and then play it on. Yeah, okay, so now to Elni. So when you were starting out, you had to do a lot of things, right? Were you crewing also at that time? Besides being the orang kampung, perempuan joget and
Yes. So at that time, I think, yes, I started off pakaliao everything. I started off as a dresser.
Dresser.
Yes.
That's
Dresser.
true,
In
dresser.
Labang Sawan, I was a dresser. I was Sunny Hussein punya dress.
Because yeah,
Sunny Hussein punya dresser.
Oh yes,
But
I
at the
remember that because I was the costume designer. Okay, correct. Then
Yeah. And then at the same time, I was the Dayang. So I was acting and then I was a dresser at the same time. Uh, yeah.
kau
And
kau
then
imagine busy tak? Busy tak Elni? Busy tak dia?
busy
Dia nak
because it's Sunny. Busy. So
yes, busy. No, because you have to understand the story juga. Dalam cerita Indra Bangsawan, Sunny had to get himself into this mascot of a gorilla. Remember the Mawas character?
Yeah, and then
Yes.
and then after that, he changed to his traditional costume in the next scene. So
Correct.
it's
Yeah.
always like changing from the Mawas,
Yeah,
yes, and then into
changing from the Mawas to the Indra
to the
Bangsawan
king.
back to the king, to the prince
Yeah.
and whatever kan. And then pula tu kelakar tau, si Sani Hussein bila dia jadi Mawas, dia tak macam gorila, dia macam Pluto. Sebab dia kan kurus. So imagine dia kurus and Harry, we were thinking like Mawas kan gorila kan orang macam you will look stout and bulky tak. Dia pasal dia kurus tinggi, Mawas dia jadi macam Pluto gitu. So cute, very funny.
Kenapa orang tak taskan outfit dia?
Dulu kita tak ada pun orang untuk buat the puppetry. There weren't any Frankie to do the puppetry thing. So we had to make do lah, buatkan dia mascot, baju mascot tu kesian dia. Itu pun kesian, dah panas berpeluh-peluh orang tu masuk dalam baju bangsawan dia. Okay, so there you go. We started out doing all those things. Korang memang lah daripada muda dah superwoman lah kan. Everything also want to do. But that's only in theatre tau, because I recall you were also all studying, working on different things, and for a while even apa tu, Molly, you were in a teachers college, right? So there you go, there were just so many things happening in your life, yet you were able to do this. But how was it a struggle to manage time?
When I was studying in NIE, yes, it was struggling actually. But I was very lucky. I get to break my bond at a company who actually specialized in costume at that point of time, paid for my bond. So I managed to leave NIE and join this costume shop and be a full-time talent or theatre practitioner in that way. So it's like that point of time really I was struggling with my studies. My mental health even was affected at that point of time actually when I was in NIE. So there's a different story. So then I realized that it's like my love is for theatre and I stay here. For a while, yes, I was away, was working full time at SOTA, but it's still very close to the art.
The arts, yeah.
Even though I was just doing admin. But because it's very close to the art scene, so I don't feel so lost. I don't feel like so far away from my from my love for theatre. So it was quite okay for 5 years, and then I decided, you know what, I am going back to theatre.
Elmi, your thoughts about how you were, besides doing theatre, you had a full-time job with a theatre company.
I
um,
Yes, Dirama. I was at that time
Dirama, that's right.
straight after doing got my degree. I actually have a year of freelance, then lepas tu freelancing for Dirama for about 4 years. But that is like acting for their school shows, doing drama training for the
Again,
schools.
yeah, again, you were multitasking, doing a lot of things at one time,
Yeah,
kan?
and then in the evening are all my rehearsals for Theatre Kami and Theatre Kamachra lah. Uh, at that time, I think because macam mana because I think I have a journal. Oh, last time we had journal. I think now also
Yes.
got journal with our time, our schedule, and all that. So, I think that keep us, track of our time, and yeah.
That's
But
how
I
I first
Okay.
didn't.
met you. That's how I first met you, Elmi, through drama.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. That's right.
okay.
I auditioned for
Yeah.
Elmi.
Okay, so
Yes.
at that point of time, CTK pula, she was juggling with many school shows. She had like school shows. Sometimes there were days where you had 3 school shows or something like that, right, in a day. And on
Oh,
top of
my.
that, there you go. And then on top of that, you still have rehearsals. So it's a lot of work. So how was it during that time moving, maybe dulu tak ada Grab kan, dulu pakai taxi je ya,
Exactly.
atau
There are
Or
days when
buses.
I go to schools crying at the back of taxis because the uncle like don't know how to get to the particular school, and I'm trying to rush between schools because I have to get there by this certain time, especially if the shows that I'm doing are with different companies. Because if you're doing like for example 3 shows in a day with the same company, they will understand, right? Because if you're late, because they know if you're traveling from their own show and they will charter their own transport, that sort of thing. But when you're doing it, you have to allocate time such that you have enough time to travel. And at that point of time, my 2 best friends are of course wallet, because like last time pay by cash ma, right? So if you don't bring
Yeah.
a wallet, that's it, And of course when you need to take buses. And also I bought the what
the green
uh
book,
yes, the
the
green book, the one the
The
Singapore
bus
guide.
the
guide.
Singapore, the bus guide, is it,
The
the
bus.
travel guide?
Okay,
Oh,
actually, you know what? I have a bus guide and I also have the map, the directory, Singapore
Yes.
directory.
Directory.
So
Pasal
I
dulu
became
tak ada GPS.
yes, so I became very good at reading maps. And then after that, if I want to go to a school, I have to do my research first. Okay, this one, okay, this way. So before I get into the car, I will tell the uncle which school, and before he say I don't know how to go, I will tell him how to go, so that he will
You
do it.
see,
Yeah.
kids these days got no reason kan. They tak boleh cakap diorang lambat ke, tak boleh kasih reason they cannot find the place, because somehow they take Grab. Grab will already, point to you where the place is. Dulu we have to bring our own map. So going to schools, going when we were teaching I was teaching, it was like, you carry the Lonely Planet gitu every time, you have
Yeah.
to show the map to the uncle. Yes,
Do you
correct.
do you guys notice when did rehearsals for show start off in the afternoon? Because usually dulu kan rehearsal is always in the evening, and then we are able to do our teaching, our doing our school shows always in the day, and then suddenly got one time then the whole of rehearsal starts to be in the afternoon or in the morning.
right?
Because there were a lot more people who were doing theatre full time,
Yes,
Elmi.
That's right.
correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because unlike the rest of us, I call myself an example lah. When I was freelancing at that time, yes, even that I was usually teaching in the daytime. Cuma nanti like maybe 3 p.m. onwards, I can come in for rehearsals. Yes,
Yeah.
Molly, you were
Yes, it
laughing.
remind me of my double life last time. In the morning, you go to school, you perform or you teach. At night, I was the door host at some clubs, or I am dancing on bus at some clubs. I'm it's really like when I was younger, I remember that I don't know how to sit still. I think if you all remember, I was always this girl who has a lot of energy, don't know come from where, right? It's like and I constantly need to work. Before I was working at like in the nightlife scene. I remember I was also doing part-time telephone operator dekat Ritz
Yes,
Carlton.
yes.
Molly,
Dengan Kajun.
can you give us a sample of your voice, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can't remember which company punya phone, but I remember Beaufort Hotel, Beaufort Sentosa. Good morning. Good morning, Beaufort Hotel, Beaufort Singapore, sorry. Good morning, Beaufort Singapore. How may I help you? Like,
So like suddenly become different person, also character.
yes, seriously. And every time I have this part-time job, right, whether it's nightclub or hotels or whatsoever, I have a different persona. It's like, local people know Molly as a crazy, girl or whatsoever. And then suddenly at hotel or the club, I'm this demure, like, yeah, like that, right?
See, kalau I tak buat this show, nobody knows this part of Molly, kan? Nobody knows. Okay. So, yeah. So back to Elni punya question. Yes, Elni, there was a lot of this rehearsal started to even start in the morning. They start like office hours, Macam I think even CTK can vouch that they start as early as 9 a.m. and then they will go throughout the whole day sampai 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. and then that's the end. Dorang then malam they are actually free. So they actually macam really make it a full-time job lah, whereas for most of us we have a full-time job and then ngada-ngada malam nak moonlighting lagi kan. That's what actually happened to all of us. Okay, so now
Not at all.
Elni tak. Elni dia delusional. Dia lupa kadang-kadang yang dia tu is a full-time educator with a full-time punya a lot of things to do, but still then we can go into it. How do we manage time? Because I would like to think that for all of you, this is what I see. For all of you, you're very respectful of your me time. Okay, I can, because we are so close together. I see this happening when you will just say no, you will just shut yourself down, and then like katakan kalau ada apa-apa events ke apa, then you will just say no, I'm not going there, I'm not doing that because I need to spend time with myself doing this. So this is, I think, the gist of my my question for tonight lah. How do you actually allocate your me time? How do you give yourself that kind of respect and space to actually enjoy yourself? So this is where I think kenapa tahu, because I feel that as superwomen lah kan, you need to fulfill all your duties, be the superhero in people's lives, but at the same time, how do you treat yourself is also very important. Okay, let's start with maybe Siti Kate. As the youngest person kat sini, how do you actually allocate your time? Because I realize, this is just to give you some time, some sort of a catalyst. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't have time. They don't have time for anything because everything is demanding them, to give time. So they usually don't have time. I pula I'm a believer that I have to make time. I tak boleh cakap yang I don't have time. I just will have to make time. Kalau ada orang nak something from me, then I will say, okay, I don't have time to do this. That can be the first thing you say. I don't have time for this, but no, instead, okay, I will make time for it. I think that's it's a paradigm, like it's a shift in the paradigm. Instead of saying that I have no time, I will say I will make time. So what are your thoughts about that?
I used to be one of those, especially when I first started out in the industry, and also because you want to do as much work as possible. I never say no to anything. I did everything and anything, also because to gain experience, and I didn't want to miss out on opportunities because I want to learn. And I being very young, I had the energy to do everything, even if it means that I have to start very early at 9 a.m. and then go for rehearsal, show, rehearsal, do crew work. And I was tired, I enjoyed it. So I didn't mind not having my own time. But years down the road, the advantage is also that I'm single, I'm not married, I don't have kids, so in a way it's okay. But I have parents, and my parents are getting older, and I'm just living with them. It's just three of us. So my priority has to, after that, I have to put some time for them as well. So that was when, like, for example, sometimes when I don't have things in the weekend. I'll try to find time so that I can spend with them, and I want to make it a point to spend time with them. So when last minute gigs come on, like for example, they want me to do like a hosting gig or like a stand up gig. I used to be afraid to say no, because for me it's like, is it wrong? Because I do have the time, and I used to give my apa-apa yang I ada free, I kasih je, you know. But then I learned to say no. At first, I feel a bit strange because like I can do it. I have the time. Is it selfish of me to not do it? Am I being like sombong or ngada because I'm rejecting jobs? But then after that, I realized it's okay lah. I need the time. And also for me, I'm also very good at allocating time in between for my own me time. So for example, I don't specifically, like if I don't have a whole day to myself, what I do is, because we're freelancers, right? Sometimes Monday pagi orang nak pergi kerja, I have a school show in the morning, then I have like a 4-hour break in the day, and like I can have my own time because the malls will be quiet, or I can go somewhere and sit, drink coffee, learn my lines. I learn to allocate give myself free time by doing that, and I appreciate it because it's never a routine. I don't like routine. I like this like little surprise, impromptu adventures that I have with myself. Yeah, so that's how I've been like giving myself time lah throughout all these years.
Nice, nice. Because I think that you will have to do that. Okay, what about Elni? Your own sensing of how you have managed, because you have, I've seen you go through a lot of phases in your life. You know, there was once you also take the role of a caretaker, and then you had to be, to play that that responsibility. You have to take up that responsibility. So how do you manage all that through the years, and then later we can talk about how Molly had a hard time, and then it eats her up. Okay, let's go with Elni first.
I think when Mark was still around, I told myself, that's it, no theatre. No theatre for me, tak payah tengok show, no need to hang out with friends because I need to go home and just jaga Mak, right? So actually I felt that loss. I mean, that is the sacrifice that I need to make lah, because I have to jaga Mak. And my me time, at that time I was really, really stressed, and my only me time is my drive back home from Singapore to Johor before I reach home kan. So that is my me time. That is my 1 hour of me time in my car. That's why I love to drive, because I find peace driving, right? So I think that's that. So when Ma has passed, bless her soul, and then the driving back to Singapore JB is my me time lah. So I can do like 12, 13 hours in Singapore, 1 hour, 2 hours drive back home, and then sleep for 4 hours. Then that's fine, because that keeps me preoccupied. That's pre-COVID. Now COVID, right? Now I'm in Singapore. Can I tell you the truth? I don't know what to do with my time. I don't know what to do with my evening, because right now I should be in the jam. So I tak tahu. Like after work, I have no rehearsal. I need to go to Johor. I really don't know what to do. That's why I keep asking you guys wanna go dinner with me? Because suddenly the last how many months since March? 3 months? March, April, May, June, 4 months I've been uprooted, right? So that's why I was being like really looking forward to any kind of rehearsals yang ada, any kind of these online conversations that we are having, because I don't know what to do with my time. Suddenly, God give me time. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
You must look like KakAlin every day, just you and Elvin.
Every day.
Every day berbual dengan Elni je. Tu dia punya me time.
Because seriously, guys, usually kalau tak kan, kalau kat Singapore, after school, I'll stay in school and do work. I'll do the shows. I do dengan budak-budak the shows in school. Sekarang tak ada. I don't know. From 6 then I just like, buat apa Yeah. I get bored with Netflix. I get bored with a lot. Yeah, I'm lonely. Then I imagine myself a lonely old woman yang stay kat Teluk Belanga.
You
So
won't be the
sad.
only one. There's so many of them there.
Yes.
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
I just start knocking on my neighbor. Cik, nak kawan cik. Saya tak ada kawan. Gitu.
Okay, see, sometimes Superwoman pun suffer, tahu tak? Korang tak tahu ni semua. Okay, so
Yeah.
Molly learned an important lesson very young because she she pushed herself to the edge. You know, she had a lot of things happening in her life, and also because I think Molly ni dia punya jiwa dia kan is very the halus tau. Dia punya jiwa very the jiwang. Dia macam dia kalau lagu kan dia keindahan pelangi adalah dia macam gitu. Dia jiwa sangat. So how did it happen that you kind of felt like it was taking a toll on you, and what changes in your lifestyle did you make to make yourself better and be this person that you are today?
Yes, of course, I have to make myself better. Yes, like I say, like, I don't know how to keep quiet in the morning. I think we start class 7:45, 8 o'clock. I can't remember. I know it was very early in the morning.
Very early, correct.
Very early. And then after that, at maybe we finish in the afternoon or whatsoever. And then I will go and work for this talent company. So the talent company usually, is in clubs or something else lah. And then if I'm not doing that, I'm having rehearsal at night for some theatre shows or whatsoever. So I was struggling, and I was always pushing. So you imagine you start at 8 a.m. or whatever, but then you reach home maybe 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning every day. I guess maybe because at that point of time, also, theatre wasn't paying you much. You see? So it's like you need multiple kind of jobs to actually survive in the theatre industry. But
Yep.
I did it because of love. I love, I love theatre, and I really want to do it professionally. I've seen how TNS worked at that point of time. TNS was the only company who had full-time actors and all that. And then after that, theatre company had full-time actors, and me, Farah, and Ibat were the first batch of full-time actors for theatre company at that point of time.
True. Yep.
But but okay, that one is another whole drama. But anyway, so
For another day. Yeah.
So there's always this struggle, it's like I want to learn, I want to I want to be a teacher, or I thought I want to be a teacher, but at the same time I want to do all these other things, to earn money, and also to do theatre. So it's like I don't have enough sleep. I did not take care of my mental health. I do not have me time. It's very much of like just work all the time, or I'm always with somebody, I'm always with friends. It's all about fun, it's all about work. Either fun or work. So anyway, yeah, so I had a downfall. I think I pushed myself to the edge, and then because I don't have time to deal with like heartbreaks or whatsoever. You
Wow.
when you had a heartbreak.
Maybe you caused the heartbreak. No, it's okay. Just
I don't yet, so I don't have time to deal with a lot of emotional issues I feel at that point of time, and I think I wasn't equipped also to deal with it. So I had what they call it nowadays is meltdown.
A meltdown. Yes.
Yeah. So the best day was that I had the meltdown. I went to polyclinic. I thought there's an injection to give me, doctor, just give me injection, for me to stop crying. And the doctor said, you know what? He was very kind. He caught my hand. He was like, I think you need to go to NUH. Yeah, I was like, what for? So I was like, okay lah, this guy is crying with her shades on. This is what, 1999? I was 21, so with her shades on, and then the doctor held my hand, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to call an ambulance for you. I said, no, I don't need an ambulance. You want me to go NUH? I can go NUH myself. And he said, okay. He actually bring me down to the roadside, and stop a taxi for me. I told the taxi driver, don't stop her anywhere. A&E NH.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, apa ni? Apa sih? Inside my head. So I was like, all these struggles at that point of time. I really like, I'm late for school. I have assignment to hand in that morning. So all this struggle nak hand in assignment, malam nak pergi kerja kat club, it's like and all that. And I have script to memorize. Apa ni? Okay, so I was at the hospital, and then
You
I
were
realized,
admitted
yeah, I hand in the doctor punya letter from polyclinic. The
polyclinic.
nurse, yes, the nurse looked at the letter and she said, "Okay, we will give you a wheelchair." Then I said, "I can walk," you know. So because I didn't understand what's happening to me, and I thought I'm just like, oh, but I think they saw something else. I'm not so sure what they were looking at that point of time. So I was wheeled into the observation ward, and then a doctor came to me, and then he said, "Girl, I'm so sorry, but you have to stay here for a few days. You have to take a break." And I'm like, I don't have time, that point of time you don't have handphone, you only have pager. Like,
Yes, of course.
I'm like thinking, oh shit, my night got show, then how am I show? How many days do I need to stay here? I'm still worried about work. I'm still worried about my assignments. Like, okay, who should I call to hand in my assignment to take my work? All I can think of is about work and all that. So yeah, I was hospitalized. I actually was hospitalized twice. The first time I did not take it seriously at all. I was given, medication and all that. I kind of screw up that medication because I was like, whatever lah. I still want to work and all that. Until my second breakdown, I begin to understand. Then this time, I went to the hospital myself. I get myself checked in, and I told them, yes, I need this help. So that's when I really took my medication seriously. I took my session with my doctors also very seriously. And after that, I always tell myself, me time, I have to start saying no. But saying no also, from 21 years old, when that happened to me, I think I only know how to say no until I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
Take me a long time to understand to like, Molly, sometimes it's okay to take a break, sometimes it's okay not to be productive.
Yes.
I am quite mental sometimes also. So this year I actually start writing down what are the things, even like, simple things like, okay, do laundry, wash dishes. I put down, like, if I have more than 20 things that I need to do that day, I will cut down. Don't
Okay.
don't do laundry today. If you
Okay.
ride your bicycle, go for a swim or something.
Yeah, I think that's great. Those I think are great things to do because sometimes we actually push ourselves too much. Okay, one of the things that I realized that happened to me. Okay, my realization was bila tau when I was away, and this was when I was doing a show in Melbourne. So there I was in Melbourne. Kalau kat Singapore kan, in one day I will try to do like 25 things, complete everything, make sure I have clear all my lists and then sometimes add more things on top of it. But bila kat Melbourne tu kan, I had the luxury of suddenly after I dah list down like maybe 12 things to do, and then if I can complete like 7 on that day, I give myself a pat on the back. It feels okay. Then I tell myself, oh, you mean sometimes I don't have to do everything all the time? Even doing a few is actually okay. Sometimes kita ni not forgiving to ourselves. We actually are our own abusers. We are the victims of our own success. Kita nak buat everything. But then that's the problem juga lah because,
Kind like me. I don't know what to do.
kan? So this is on the other spectrum tau because suddenly during COVID kan, dia tak ada projek nak buat, dia tiba-tiba, even pergi sekolah dia tak pergi sekolah sebab dia working from home. So there you go. It's even worse because generally lah kalau during the pre-COVID days, I know Elni punya per timetable lah. Kerja sekolah tu is one thing kan. And sekolah pun kita divide our day into three tau kan sometimes kita have the morning punya buzz and then we have the post lunch punya capture meetings apa benda semua, then the last few hours tu before we leave get out of work, we always have little things that we want to finish. That's a three part kan. After that Zoom, kita keluar, leave everything behind, lupakan kisah tempat kerja, and then we are inside our rehearsal room. Kita punya own superwoman, kita lead kita punya rehearsal, kita direct shows. Elni will look after the stage management, whatever. Okay, so now dia tiba-tiba tak ada kerja. That's what happens lah. So she feels very, very lost. Okay, so I want to know, besides the me time,
Sorry.
Kenapa? Tell us.
No, that's why. Because I have nothing to do. So sekarang, I dah jadi Molly cleaner. So I dekat rumah Molly, I start cleaning her house. I even start
good.
cleaning the aircon. Her
Yes, that's great.
Her aircon duct, her
No,
windows.
because you see, itu namanya Project Teluk Belanga Crescent.
Yes.
She starts with one house. Who knows? Maybe she will go to Sheila's house and help clean Sheila's house. By the way, Sheila is her neighbor kat Teluk Belanga Crescent. Yeah, so
Yes.
there you find new projects because kita tahu kita ada energy, kita ada motivation. So okay, now let's talk about our new projects, okay? Okay, for me, my current new project is Mr. Mahir, or otherwise known as my new bicycle, Mr. Mahir Zain. Okay, my new bike. Okay, my Camp Gold. Okay, so Elni ada project cleaning Molly's house. Okay, so now, let's talk a little bit about. Let's start with Siti K, maybe with her current pet projects.
Does it literally involve both projects or no?
No, things that you are currently crazed about, loving to do. I don't know, maybe baking or cooking or riding or whatever.
I have no more supply of bananas that's about to go rotten or spoiled, so I haven't baked in a while. I usually do banana bread when I have banana that's about to rosak. So right now, no banana that's rosak because we managed to finish it on time. So I have not been baking for a while. But yes, I've been cycling. And I'm glad I bought it pre-circuit breaker. So I managed to get a taster of it. And then when during the CB period, I was a bit like macam restless, just stuck at home. But now I've been doing it quite consistently, and it's quite shock. And I enjoy it because I get to discover different parts of Singapore that I never knew existed via the park connectors, which are actually really lovely. #STB. And also like helping home-based businesses promote their food products on IG. I mean, like right now while I'm free, I can do it because sometimes when they ask me, I didn't even have time to reply or check my inbox because I'm not very active on my Instagram inboxes. But now that I can, I do. I check. Oh, okay, you want me to help you promote? Okay, can I? You send me the things I eat, talk about it, food video, that kind.
Nice. Molly, pet projects now.
I am taking care of my body again, fitness, because I always dream of apa nak lari marathon, tapi asyik. I always postpone it like maybe not this year, maybe not. But then in the end, I was like, you know what, you really have to do it. So I give myself 1 year, and so I signed up with Tata Syed.
Okay, so you're training for a marathon.
I am training, yes. So, yes, I want to run a marathon. So right now it's just about my fitness level and all that. And yeah, I was inspired by City K actually. So I got myself also the folding bike. So I've been riding a lot also on my own. And that is really a nice me time. Just lock yourself in the park connector. I don't care. I just ride and ride. I'm like, why am I in the pandang, ya Allah?
Yes, and
So
I
nice.
dah volunteer. I'm already
Ah,
your medic and marathon support. Okay,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
your
medic
like
and
medic
marathon.
and
yeah.
marathon support.
So, like for
Yeah.
example, we will tell Elni where we're gonna cycle the area, and then she'll just park
Mm,
herself, and she'll have a set up. She will set up a table full of like Milo cups. So kita
yes.
cycle, kita grab and go. Okay, bye Elni. And then
Yes.
Then
So I'm
and
your
then
medic.
I
Yes.
love.
nasi lemak, remember?
and then
Oh, I
after
love
that,
that idea.
once we've passed her, she will pack up.
Ah,
She put stuff in her
Go to
car.
the
She will
next
pack up
station.
to the end point where we meet her for supper.
yes,
Yes.
correct.
Nice. I love
That's
that
the plan.
already.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that already. Think
Mm.
that's a great idea.
I already imagine that in my car there's gonna be the tire pump in case your
Yes.
bicycle tire punctured or what, right? So I got a tire pump
Yeah.
ready. Yes.
Uh,
Mechanic, medic and
nice.
mechanic. Yes.
Oh, medic, mechanic. Bagus,
Yes.
bagus. Dah ada
Mm.
plan dia semua. But so far kita tak ada plan nak suruh Elni also learn how to ride the bicycle.
No,
That's
tak payah.
why.
No need.
Because we cannot afford. Never mind lah.
No
She
need.
already
Yeah.
like already
Yes.
which
No
is
need.
like
Yeah, she
Okay,
wants to be the
okay.
medic. When you guys
Yeah.
get hurt, how
Yes,
how
correct.
I need to call her. I need to call
Yes.
ambulance. Yes.
Yeah, correct. Sungguh nonsense. Okay, so before we end, about 10 minutes or more of, I just want us to think about, okay, firstly, maybe think about how we can continue to be apa tu, positive, be continuously try to improve on ourselves and to give ourselves, the gift of me time, the gift of love for ourselves. Okay, how do we continue to have that in the years to come? For me, kalau I look at 10 years from now, I am going to be 47 this year. And then, I'll be 57 when, in 10 years time from now. So if you add on that 10 years into your life, how do you foresee within the next 10 years, how you can continuously be able to respect yourself, give yourself those, me time, apa tu, reward yourself for the work that you do. How can you constantly do that? Okay, and that the second part is about basic advice maybe to friends or whoever yang sekarang is just being a superwoman and not caring about themselves, not managing their time very well. Okay, so we will go into that second part later, but let's finish the first part first, which is from now until within the next 10 years lah. How can you continuously still reward yourself with me time?
I think you just need to have that conscious effort to make that conscious effort to have that me time. Yeah, as simple as just duduk seorang lah, minum kopi, baca buku. I think that's a nice me time. Or because I believe the world's still spinning. The world still spin when you stop doing when you stop doing things. Because I realized, okay lah, last time I admit I thought if I don't take leave from work, no one in my department can survive. They need me. But then when I take leave, like 2 weeks of leave, and I just unplug, eh, dunia tak kiamat apa? You know what I mean? Like the world doesn't collapse. So then I realized, oh, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. The world will still keep spinning, even though you tell yourself, I'm gonna have my me time. I need 1 day. I need half a day. I need 4 hours, or even an hour. Yeah, you should you should be feeling that it's okay to take your me
Okay.
time.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that idea of people, of you saying that, yeah, life goes on apa. It's not as if like it's the end of the world kalau I tak datang kerja. And sometimes even, yeah, maybe shutting down, not even not even answering calls will be great, because it really, yeah, I like the word unplug. We
Mm.
tend to take ourselves a little bit macam computer gitu kan. So yeah, that's nice. Molly, your
Uh,
thoughts?
yeah, my thoughts is that okay, in order for me to honor this me time also, I feel that I am at this age, or I'm at this time right now where I'm lucky enough that I am able, I can afford to say no to certain jobs, and I will only choose jobs that I feel will be more meaningful. It's like so I will have my time as well. I'm not going to say yes to everything anymore, and I will only do certain things. And I should cut down. It's like, Molly, you are not good at certain things. It's time to accept.
If that's
Okay,
the reality, kan,
Yes.
it's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's
okay. You
okay.
cannot sing. Give up singing.
Professionally. Singing to yourself can, but professionally, no.
Yeah, and I should treasure every me time. Actually, I do have a lot of me time now where I start, love baking and all that, selling cookies. So, do something that I love and more meaningful lah. Work that's meaningful. So, yeah.
Great, meaningful work. Yeah. So you don't have to bog yourself down with work that's just, for the sake of doing something. Make
Yeah,
it meaningful. Okay, great.
yeah.
Siti K.
I think mine is like similar to Molly. I'm gonna turn 35 in September, and I'm glad I've already come to the point where I already learned how to say no to things which have not been prioritized earlier, and it's like sort of a
Yeah.
like last minute thing. And even if I can, but if I don't feel like it's necessary or important enough, I would say no, and I don't feel as guilty, because for me it's like, you want you choke earlier lah. No, because of
Mm.
you I won't have time for anything else.
Yes,
So
yes.
and also because I have somehow learned the art of manjaing myself by gifting myself and surprising myself with gifts that I own self buy with my own money. It keeps me motivated, and I want to continue doing it because it keeps me happy. Even if it's something materialistic, but it makes me happy, and it's a
Yep.
good feeling. And even if like it means that I indulge a little bit by going somewhere and spending money on food, it makes me happy. And because it has become a routine, I believe that it's something that I can continue doing for the next 10 years, that it has become part of some me that I don't think I can easily let go of. And also for me, it's also knowing who I should surround myself with. I
Yes.
and continue surrounding myself with people who understands that this is a priority and not something that's self-indulgent or selfish.
Mm.
Great. Okay, so now we go to the second part, which is, okay, maybe kita boleh cakap lah, siapa kita untuk kasih nasihat? Who are we to advise other people? But I think maybe if it's not advice, if it's just words of wisdom atau some kind of like a personal mantra yang kita boleh share with our audience, with our friends about, yeah, what are the things that they can do for themselves. This is for people who I think were like us, people who were guilty when they don't work hard enough, people who are guilty if they spend, their good time, and then they feel like I should have done something else more, more apa ni, more worthier. At least dapat juga aku gaji. Sometimes it's not the gaji, right? It's not the gaji that fuel our passion, make our life meaningful. So there, what kind of advice and what kind of words of wisdom yang kita boleh offer to them, actually orang akan tengok the four of us and think that, dorang siapa sih nak nasihat orang. Okay, fine. It's not nasihat, just something that we share because Alhamdulillah, I think we have managed our life quite beautifully in that sense that we all kind of agree. Me time as super women, me time is very important. Kadang-kadang tu kan nak basuh coli kan, woman kan. Wonder Woman ni semua. Tapi kalau itulah lasso dia pun nak kena practice. Apa orang cakap? Okay, so that what can you say? Maybe we'll start with Molly.
I would say it's not advice, because this is what I tell myself again and again and again. It's
Good, yeah.
to ask for help. It's okay, Molly, to ask for help because last time, I have this big ego, right? Batu besar dah duduk dalam.
Batu besar duduk dalam.
So it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say no. It's basically just that. I always tell myself that, and it's okay to say you don't know. Jangan gitu tak tahu cakap tak tahu lupa cakap lupa you know, stop giving excuses. It's like, stop giving excuses. If you cannot ask for help, if you cannot say no, stop giving excuses for yourself.
Yeah, good, great. Thank you, Molly. Those are great words. Siti?
I agree with everything Molly said, but just to add on to that, I think once in a while, reward yourself. I mean, like some people, they can afford the me time, but they don't like to be alone. And I have friends who are like that. So it's okay lah. So you reward yourself by doing other things like treating yourself, treating your friends, whatever makes you happy. But you have to reward yourself. Like you don't work so hard and then you don't enjoy the fruits of your labor. Wasted.
That's true. Yeah, for a lot of the people yang I know of, they feel guilty. They feel a bit, uneasy. Look apa orang kata, dah kerja kuat-kuat, dah dapat duit, lepas tu nak lavish themselves with it. I think, sometimes they feel a bit bad lah. But I think you're right, Sutike. I think the word is maybe kalau even small little surprises that you can give yourself make you feel motivated. It makes you feel very motivated to continue working harder, kan?
Rewarding yourself doesn't necessarily have to mean it's something luxurious and expensive, right?
Yeah.
Donut is also a reward. Like my brownie, I work very hard. I swim, I cycle, I run. Brownie.
And you did it with ice cream. You have it with mango.
Yes.
With mango.
You see? Bagus. Okay, Elni, words of advice.
Okay lah, not so much an advice, but after hearing from Molly and Siti, I totally for what they say, and basically it's just that you are your own best friend.
Yep.
You are your own best friend to yourself. You give yourself good advice. You need to feel yourself good. You need to always constantly talk positively to yourself. You know what I mean? I know times will be hard, but you need to have that best friend, which is you, to say that, it's okay. It's okay to chill. And I like what Siti said just now. So, you don't need a lot of friends. I know some people just want a lot of friends, but you don't need to. You just need a couple of friends, or a handful of friends yang you can go to as your support system. Just like what Molly say, these are the people that you can go to for help. These are what Siti said just now. These are the people that you go to spend time with if you don't want to be with yourself. So you don't need the whole party. You just need a handful of good people around you to be with.
Okay, I like that. I like that. It's a nice ending and it's a nice wrap to everything. Sometimes all you need is, I think Superwomen need good support system. Yeah, and support system too can come from... Oh yes, of course.
Wired or not wired?
Yes.
Depends. Yeah, kalau wired nanti macam sajat punya. Sajat punya berapa tulang dia?
16.
16 16 tulang dia.
I have no idea what sajat is, but okay.
I like how you said what is sajat.
Yes. Yep. Okay. You don't know what sajat is. I don't know what sajat is. Yeah, actually, that seems to be a lot of a question for a lot of people. What is exactly sajat? Okay, so. But yeah, what I like about this is that you kind of said that yes, we women, so Superwomen, actually need their support system. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It can be just a few people that really can help you, spread your wings and fly. Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to just keep flapping on your own. Sometimes you all need a hand or two. Okay, thank you very much. Hari ni dapat makan, dapat berbual. Finally, my sisters are back. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so because kita semua, that, like I said, we are busy. We need to do other things. Yeah, so we must respect space, time ni semua very important. But here we are Thank you for the wonderful show. Okay, so we hope to see you again. And next week is already the National Day week. Oi,
Yeah.
kurang.
I
Ah,
forgot to say something before we end. Selamat Hari Raya
uh-uh.
Haji, y'all.
Selamat Hari
Selamat
Raya
Hari
Haji,
Haji
you
lagi.
all.
Oh, thank you, Kak
Uh-uh.
Philly.
Thank you, Kak Chulin.
Thank you, Kak Swilin. Thank you for being with us. And ni Hari Raya Haji, korang korban apa?
Korban
Korban apa
masa
korang?
untuk
Korban
diri
masa.
sendiri.
Korban masa untuk
untuk
diri
diri sendiri.
sendiri.
Yes.
Ada korban keuangan untuk membeli belah?
Tak ada.
No,
Tak ada.
I'm trying to.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Discipline. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you all again next week, Kat Kitchen KakAlin.
Bye.